Hey everybody, my name is Jason and I am a merchant mariner, and I've created this channel to share with you, my family, and my friends my life as a merchant mariner. So let's begin first by I'll tell you what a merchant mariner is. A merchant mariner is just simply a civilian like myself that works on ships. We work on container ships. We work on car carriers. They're called RoRos for roll on, roll off. We work on bulk carriers. There's a lot of those here on the Great Lakes where I'm from, carrying coal and iron ore, bauxite, things like that. There's also specialty ships. They carry oil rigs. There's ships that carry other ships. So that is what I will be doing. How I got into this is pretty interesting. As I said, I'm 50, well, I don't know if I did say, but I'm 58, which is very, very late in the game to become a merchant mariner. Most mariners are a lot younger. The work is very physical. That's why the workforce is much younger than I am. But throughout my life, I have been very active. For a long time, I was into mountain biking. I was into running. I actually ran a marathon. I was into indoor rock wall climbing. So I'm not your average sitting at home watching the latest Netflix series kind of guy. That's why when I walked off my job, which I'll get to in just a moment, I needed to find something different. And fortunately, I found out about the Mariners. So it started back in March when I had walked off my job of 20 plus years. I worked at a family business as the COO. It was a chemical manufacturing business, and I'm appreciative of all the years that I had there. I had great pay. I had great time off. I had health insurance. I had great benefits. And so after leaving that, I actually went into a bit of a depression for a few weeks because I had the schedule, Monday through Friday, get up, go to work, come home. It was steady. I could depend on my job. And now here I was without a job, basically not a lot of skills, 58 years old, way too young to retire. What am I going to do? 2 weeks pass and I'm in the car and I heard a story on NPR that had to do with the Merchant Marines. Now, I had heard about the Merchant Marines before in my life, but just kind of passed over. This time I listened to the story and I decided to look into it when I got home, which I did. And I realized almost immediately, oh, it's ship work, and there's no driving to the ship, coming back home at the end of the day. The ship goes out in the water, and the ship is gone for a long time. 2, 3, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. And then when that hit me, I kind of thought, okay, this is not really going to fly with my wife. She and I have been together for quite a long time. We really enjoy being together, and I didn't think she would want me to be away from home for any great length of time. But over dinner that night, I mentioned that I had heard this story. We talk a lot over dinner, and I mentioned that I heard this story that sounded interesting, and I wanted to look into it. And I let it go. A few days later, she had come up to me and she said, "Have you looked into the Merchant Marines? Can you tell me about it?" And I had been doing my homework. I am the kind of personality that if I find something interesting, I'll start reading about it. I'm just curious. So yeah, I did have my facts, figures, research, ducks in a row. And so I explained it to her, and I was very happy when she said, well, if this is something that you feel that you'd like to do and you can do, you've made sacrifices, you working at the desk job, you've raised a good family, so if this is something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. And right from there, I really started finding out all I could. I was, at the time, already watching YouTube videos. I was watching, primarily, there's a mariner named Sailor Dean, who has a great channel and lots of information there. He also has an online community called Sailors Connect. And I had joined this community, and immediately the information that I was receiving, the friendships that I started building, I knew, yeah, this is for me. This is something that I really wanted to do. So I looked into training, and I went down to Blue Water School in Florida, and you can see right up here, I've got my certificates that I needed. And again, that's for another video. So things had just kind of fallen into place. Now, I found out rather quickly that getting on your first ship without any experience would be difficult, and it has proven difficult. As I said, I'm not on a ship yet. I'm still waiting, but I look forward to being on a ship soon. And I will have other videos between here and when I get on a ship. I will have one that goes through the whole process of becoming a merchant mariner, as far as getting your tests and your certificates, your credentials, a transportation card, things like that. That's for another video. I'll also do a video that's called What's in My Sea Bag. That will be everything that I will be taking with me when I leave. I'll probably do some updates as to my job search until I get on a ship. And when I actually get on the ship, I'll be making videos. I'll have something like this where I just kind of explain maybe something weird that happened on a ship that day, or what ship I'm on and what we're carrying, where we're coming from, where we're going. Maybe. I don't know the legality of that. So I think it should be all right, but I will look into it. I know I will at least be able to tell you I'm on a ship on Lake Huron. And I'll probably do some, I'll definitely do some videos of walking around the ships so you guys can have an idea of what my life is like on a ship, you know, where I'm living, what my room looks like, what I'm eating, things like that. It's going to be a very different life. I realized just the other day as I was sitting outside in my backyard, I'm listening to the wind rustle through the leaves. I'm listening to the traffic on the street that's close to us. I'm listening to the birds, and I realized that I'm not going to be hearing any of that. I will be hearing the hum of the ship. And oddly, I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to everything about becoming a mariner. The quiet time, the places I'll be going, the adventures I'll be having, and I will be sharing them all with you. So thanks for being here, and hopefully I'll see you in the future on this channel. Thanks.